Hello, beautiful ones. On a walk, and just wanted to share some thoughts that were coming up for me that, again, may apply to others. So today, because of the energies, the way that they've been so intense after we had another proton storm again, and I mean, this are very rare. So for us to have like two in a matter of a few days, it's pretty intense. It's a lot for the planet, but it's a reflection of the consciousness change that we ourselves are going through. And I've been having some physical symptoms, and for some whatever reason, food was just not agreeing, and so I decided to do a water fast, and which I'm used to, although I haven't done one in a while, but I'm kind of used to doing them, even if it's just for 24 hours. If you guys don't know much about fasting, it's actually more of a natural state of being than being full all the time. And you think about the fact that our ancestors, they didn't have access to all the food that we have. And so there's been a lot of research done on fasting and all the benefits. And I highly recommend it for multiple reasons. I've been doing it for a long time, and I believe that it allows my immune system to stay strong, keeps me youthful, energetic, and healthy. So I definitely recommend it. Fasting, amazing. And I mean, you could do water fasting, just like a 24-hour fast. You could do intermittent fasting, but the real benefits come when if you're able to do, at least a 24 to 48-hour fast. Longer is better, but I'll stop there on that one. So this is what was coming up for me, because I, like many of us, I should say, I talk about things that we do to fill in like holes or gaps or voids that we feel inside. Maybe we're bored, and I believe that a lot of that just has to do with us trying to entertain ourselves so that we don't have to feel the pain that is kind of lurking in the background. And a lot of people who do like psychedelics, or even who like smoke weed or do just consume cannabis in general, or just plant medicine, I should call it, in general. A lot of the times when they take that plant medicine, it makes a lot of those things come forward. So you'll hear people say, "Oh, weed makes me paranoid." It's like, no, weed just shows you the paranoia that's already there. So it kind of brings it to the front of your consciousness so that you can deal with it. So I'm all for plant medicine, by the way. My only wording about that is just to make sure that you're not using it like, you're not using it out of like wanting to run away, or like using it as like a coping mechanism. But we all do what we have to do to get by, and like I say, I'm not here to judge anyone. So what I noticed though today was that there's about to be some loud barking, you guys, just warning. Was that I had a lot of emotions come up, and a lot of things come up that were making me feel really uncomfortable. And normally when that would happen, a lot of the times I would soothe the symptoms by eating, or like, I don't know, something about, like, for me it's like this tea. I love tea, and so it's something about the warm milk with like cinnamon that's just like very soothing to like my psyche for whatever reason in my body. So like whenever I would have that happen, I would just be like, okay, I'll drink some tea, or I'll eat something, or like I'm trying to like, or I'll watch TV, or do you know what I mean? Or I'll get on my phone, and I'm on my phone right now, but I've noticed that when you fast, it's like you don't have any of that. I feel like food is information. So depending on the food that you're eating, you're gonna actually feel different based on the food that you eat. And so that's why I've been prompted, and I have a feeling that a lot of you too, to eat healthy, natural foods, to not eat processed foods, and to just, to try to keep it simple, instead of, you get like a you get like a meal already made, or something, and it's like you put it in the oven and it has like 30 million ingredients and you can't read any of them. You know what I mean? So it's always better, I think, if you can cook at home. Obviously you can't do that all the time, but and the reason why I say that is because I believe that food actually takes on the energy of the people that are cooking it. So if you're not in a good mood, if you're not feeling good, then it's like that the energy goes into the food. Now you can always bless your food before you eat, and I encourage everyone to do that, to thank your water, realize that it's becoming a part of you, and it's playing a role in your life, the water that you consume, especially since we're mostly made out of water. And then also the quality of the food and the vibration of the food will determine how you feel after eating the food. I don't know if you guys have ever had a meal and then you just felt terrible afterwards. Like you were just like, I ate too much, and you just like, you can't move. And I've noticed that even like it will kind of like bring you down. It's a very interesting thing. So we don't fully understand the relationship between food and the human body right now. I mean, there's definitely been some research on it, but what we eat, what we consume is so important, and the state that we are in while we consume it is also important, as well as the state that the people were in when they prepared it. So what I've noticed with fasting is that I noticed that all this stuff was coming up, and it was like coming up super like loud and uncomfortable, and I had to just kind of sit with it. So I rested a lot today. I was off, so I rested a lot today, and so I had to just sit with what was coming up for me. And it's just an interesting thing, because a lot of the times, like I say, we run away from the way we're feeling, and we use things outside of ourselves to run away. And that's like a big theme in what I've been taught, and what the messages that I bring forward is that we don't have to do that. We don't have to go outside of ourselves for that nourishment. I'm not saying you don't have to eat. You got breatharians out there that can tell you that you don't have to, and that may be the case for a lot of us, that in the future we'll definitely eat a lot less. I know that my body has been requesting that I eat very, very light and minimal amount of food. And after COVID, I ate a lot of junk food, and I definitely felt the difference. I'm still letting my body heal from all that, from maybe lack of activity and just eating more, than I needed to, and all kinds of stuff, right? So a lot of us like splurged during COVID, and I think it was because we were stuck inside. And I hear so many people that gain weight, and so many people that are like, have struggled to come out into the world afterwards. And I've noticed myself that I'm not the same, in that I like being around people, like being around like crowds of people, even less. Like I don't even want to go to the store anymore. And it's not that I'm having like a social anxiety. I don't know. I just don't like it anymore. I kind of I've gotten spoiled. But so what I wanted to share was that when we do things that take us away from our pain and our suffering, we only temporarily halt that pain and whatever has to come out. It's a temporary fix, and eventually it has to come out, and we'll deal with it when we're ready. There's no need to shame ourselves or put ourselves down or think that we're doing something bad because we're maybe using food or TV or something else. When you're ready, you will stop and you'll turn around and face yourself and face all your works and everything that has been. And the problem with a lot of us is we don't want to face a lot of the things that we've done and a lot of the things that that we're needing forgiveness for. And so it's sometimes easier to just not deal with it. But unfortunately, it eventually comes out and you have to deal with it whether you want to or not. So it's best to deal with it when it comes up, and if you can't, it's okay. You can be gentle and compassionate with yourself and just allow yourself to the grace to walk through it as you need to. It's okay. So that was the message for the day. I love you guys. I hope you're all having a beautiful day. Look how beautiful it is today. It's not raining in California. So I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.